Hey guys, today we'll be doing an in-depth review of the Sony Xperia 1. Finally. I was taking my time because I wanted to do a proper review because I've seen some YouTubers just, spending a few days with it and not going through the proper learning and ways of getting to know the phone properly, and sometimes they miss some real important features because they were in a hurry, so sorry about that. But yeah, I want to do an in-depth review for you guys. So that's Xperia 1. I'm gonna run through the specs quickly. It has a Snapdragon 855, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage. It has a 4K OLED HDR screen, amazing screen. It has 3 cameras, all of them 12 megapixels. The quality of the cameras are different, of course. The main camera is f1.6. The secondary camera with the 2x zoom is f2.4 if I'm right, and the ultra wide camera is f2.6 or 2.4, I'm not sure. But yeah, they're all great cameras in general. Well, let's start with the different aspects of the phone. I'm gonna go through each one of them: display, camera, processor, anyways. So let's start with the display. Well, it's an amazing display, let's just get it out there. It's one of the best displays Sony ever made, along with the XC3 display, which I actually think the XC3 display is actually better than the Xperia 1 display. I just find the colors a bit more punchy, a little bit more deep. But in general, this display is one of the best ones out there, along with the OnePlus 7 Pro, the S10, and the iPhone XS Max, so you won't complain in general. It has an amazing clarity, resolution. It doesn't run in 4K all the time, only when you're watching videos, viewing pictures, or going through an app that supports 4K, because I heard that Android doesn't support 4K in the UI, in the home screen or whatever. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed in that, to be honest, but it's better because it actually saves battery, which is another point we're gonna talk about later. For watching videos, if you're watching content, 21:9 content, so mostly if you're watching movies, let's just get it out there, if you're watching movies, there's no better experience. There's some 21:9, there are some 21:9 music videos out there, and if you're watching them, it's amazing as well. There's nothing out there that gives you the same experience. The colors, everything is just so deep, so nice. The contrast, it just looks nice, it's like you're watching it in a cinema. And if you do activate the dynamic vibration system, and if you put it in the minimum setting, so very subtle, it actually enhances your experience when you're watching a movie. I found that pretty nice, but only in the minimum setting. If you go any further, it just goes a whole mess. But then another point of the screen, while it's an amazing screen, the aspect ratio just doesn't cut it for me, because my situation is different. I watch a lot of TV shows and a lot of music videos in general, and a lot of YouTube. So in general, I watch a lot of 16:9 content, and unfortunately, 16:9 looks horrible on this phone. It just looks horrible with the black bars by the side. And if you wanna give an immersive experience, and you can do that, but then you cut in a lot of the video, and you just cut some parts of the video, so it's not a nice experience. So if you watch loads of TV shows in YouTube, just don't buy this phone. You won't be able to enjoy that at all. But in general, for productivity, for holding actually as well, the aspect ratio of the screen is very nice. It's very good, you won't complain about that. The brightness is not very good actually. It's quite dim. It's okay if you're indoors, but if you go outside, especially in a sunny day, it's barely readable, which is a disappointment, to be honest. The Samsung S10 still gets the crown on this one. But if you live in auto brightness, you can just about get away with it, to be honest. But yeah, it's not great brightness out there. But in general, the screen it's very nice. I'm very happy with the quality in general. But if I could choose, I would rather have the old aspect ratio of the XC3. I just find it better. Sorry. Well, let's go for the design. Well, the design is tied to the aspect ratio of the screen, 21:9, and that's where I differ from my first opinion. The design is really nice. I like the way it is, how thin it is, and the way it's nice to hold. I just like it. It looks classy. It looks nice. It just looks premium. It's all glass design. It just looks very nice, premium, and it feels like you're holding an expensive piece of tech in your hand. You won't be unhappy there. Well, let's go for the battery. Lots of people were disappointed when the Sony said it was only 3,300 battery, but Sony is really well known for their optimization of battery in their software, and I can tell you that the battery on this phone is very good considering the resolution. It's not bad at all. I can get about 8 to 9 hours of screen on time every day, which is pretty good if you think about it, especially because I watch loads of videos, hours and hours of videos every day, and play games and everything at maximum brightness most of the time. So it's very good. And if you leave it on standby, Sony has one of the best out there. And I don't even use the power saving modes of this phone, only when my battery is below 10%. So the battery is very good. If I did use the power saving modes, I could even get more battery, who knows. But yeah, in general the battery is adequate. It's very good. And it charges quite fast as well, and faster than the S10. It has 18 watts charger, so it charges just in under about 2 hours, which is quite good. The processor is really nice. The Snapdragon 855 just flies through here. Even with 6 gigs of RAM, this phone for me is faster than the S10. I actually own at the moment the S10, but I don't own the Snapdragon version though. I own the Exynos version, but I still find this one faster, just faster in general. And if you look at the Geekbench scores, this one is still faster. One of the quickest Android phones out there, along with the OnePlus 7 Pro. This phone won't disappoint you. Everything very nice and smooth, very fast, as you can see. Very fast. Especially for playing games, it's just beautiful. It's just nice. Especially the aspect ratio when you play in PUBG and stuff like that. It's just really nice. Very fast, very smooth. You won't complain. Well, the cameras, I think the cameras in general were one of the biggest disappointments I had on this phone. Let's just get it out there, resume this fast. The cameras have loads of potential. They're strong sensors, but they lack a lot of optimization out there. The software is just not up to par. The camera software from Sony is just bad. It's just bad. It doesn't have auto HDR enabled. You have to go to the manual mode to the phone to get HDR, and the HDR is not as strong as the other phones out there. The bokeh mode is just laughable. Let's just gonna be honest. The edge detection is really bad. Yes, I don't know what Sony is doing. They should just buy the tech from someone else, or buy the license to use the bokeh mode from some other brand. I don't know, whatever. But the bokeh mode on this phone is worse than the bokeh mode on the iPhone 7 Plus when it first released years ago. Just I don't know, just fix this, Sony, please. But in general, the cameras are very nice. The quality of the cameras, like the raw quality of the cameras, they're nice. They just lack optimization. If Sony fixes the HDR issue, as you can see on some of the pictures there, and if they also add RAW support, this camera will improve a lot. Because otherwise, you can see most pictures, sometimes the pictures come out nice, but most times if you are in high contrast situations with different, the camera has to figure out to expose nicely both areas, bright and dark. It just goes a whole mess. The sky is normally very bright, overexposed, just bad. So yeah, I think that's something in general that Sony does badly that they need to improve, not just in the camera but for video as well. The HDR is not very good for front-facing camera as well. It just isn't. Yeah, if they fix the HDR issue on this phone, and all other past Sony phones, to be honest, if they fix that issue, they'll just transform the camera from one thing to another. You will just go from being a very average camera with loads of potential to one of the best cameras out there, along with the top end flagships. So yeah, I think Sony needs to work on that, and it's something that's fixable, you know. That's the main thing. They can do that with software update, so please Sony, do it. One thing though that I'm a bit disappointed is the ultra wide camera. While it's a nice camera, the sensor is nice, it's good quality, it doesn't support autofocus. I mean, come on. For the price you're charging, having fixed focus ultra wide camera is just not acceptable these days. Not for the price, at least. I'm sorry Sony, come on. Please, for the Xperia 2, include autofocus. Especially as without autofocus you can use the ultra wide camera for portrait shots, you know, for bokeh mode, which is something the S10 can do. So, you know, for night shots the camera is very good actually. I was very impressed. Sometimes even better than my S10. The pictures just look more realistic in general. I like the night shots quite a lot on this phone. Especially if you go to the manual mode and you select and you put HDR on and you take the picture, you can get a very decent night shot with this phone, you know. 2 is not as strong as the night mode on some phones, especially the S10 right now with the Exynos version has a nice night mode for the ultra wide camera and the main camera. That's nice, but it's okay. It's also a shame in the pro mode on the camera you can't use the ultra wide camera, only the 1x camera. Yeah, which then means I can't use the HDR on the ultra wide camera. So yeah, come on Sony. For videos this phone is just a whole different story. It's just one of the best phones for videos out there at the moment. The new software, the Cinema Pro app, is just amazing. As you guys can see, I'm gonna launch it. It's amazing. The interface, you can recording with the main camera, the zoom camera and the ultra wide camera. You can change the ISO, the shutter speed, even at maximum ISO at night you can get really nice clean videos, and you can change the looks as well, the frame rate, the resolution. It's just very nice. I'm very impressed with the camera for videos, yeah, in general. But still, I think Sony should improve the smart HDR for videos on the Xperia 1. But in general, for videos, this phone is one of the best phones out there for videos, together with the S10, the iPhone XS Max. It's one of the best out there for videos. This phone runs Android 9 Pie. The Android skin on this phone from Sony is very nice. I like it actually. The icons and everything, and it runs smoothly as well. No complaints, no much bloatware. As you can see, it has this new feature from Android with the little pill there shaped thing for navigation. You can go somewhere and then you only have two keys instead of three. Just looks cleaner, more modern. And then when you want to come back, you can either do that, or and then when you want to close apps, you can hold that. Hold it and then just close it like that. You know, I'm very happy with the design. I like this way. I wish the S10 and other phones had this option there for this pill shaped thing. It just looks nicer, more modern, especially with the 21:9 display. It just looks different. I like that. It also has a always on display, very nice. I like the customizations options you have there. It doesn't affect battery at all, in my opinion. I mean, it does affect, but I don't see much difference, honestly. But the other aspect of this phone is audio, which again I'm really impressed. For audio, this phone is just the best phone out there if you want to listen for wireless audio, yeah, because it doesn't have a headphone jack. But if you have a Bluetooth headphone, it just supports so many different codecs. It's just amazing. If you go to the developer options, you can see how many codecs the phone supports. As you can see, look how many options for audio you have. You see, Bluetooth audio, you have so many options for the codecs. LDAC, which is the best codec out there at the moment for Bluetooth headphones, which is from Sony. aptX, HD, aptX, everything, and you can change as well. If you have LDAC, you can change the bit rate as well. It's just so nice, the amount of customization you have for Bluetooth audio. And for people who bought this phone here in the UK, at least on pre-order, you got for free the noise cancelling Sony's WHM000X3 or whatever. You got them for free, the noise cancelling headphones, and they're quite expensive. They're like $300, and they came for free with this phone. Yeah, together with this phone, they're a really nice combination, especially with LDAC. You have one of the best sound experiences out there. The speakers are not bad on this phone. Actually, they're quite good. They're like they're like 100% better compared to the XC3 last year. They're just much louder, nicer, and they have support for Dolby Atmos. And you can even customize your Adobe Atmos experience on this phone. You see, you have loads of options, and you can go to advanced settings, and you can change all this stuff on the Dolby Atmos app, which is very nice. I don't have that on my S10. Yeah, so the speaker quality is very good actually. I do wish they had front-facing speakers, because when holding and on playing games, sometimes you cover half of the speaker, so the sound quality isn't as good. But in general, I'm very happy for audio, this one is one of the best out there. Let me just tell you what I think in general of this one. So basically, if you watch a lot of movies, you like productivity, you'll be very happy with this phone. If you like to listen to loads of music, you'll be very happy with this phone. If you like playing games, you'll be very happy as well. It's one of the fastest out there. You enjoy this phone for that. I think this phone is not for people who want a nice phone to just take everyday pictures very quick and fast with the app in the auto mode. The camera is kind of weak, especially if you compare it to flagships today. But yeah, it's not for people who want to take everyday pictures. But for videos, definitely, if you wanna record loads of professional looking videos to watch on the phone as well after, in the 21:9 aspect ratio, and get the film look, whatever, you'll be happy with this one. But for pictures, no. If you wanna take everyday pictures very quick and fast, snap and go, like the iPhone or the S10, just don't buy this phone. If you watch loads of TV shows and YouTube music videos, just don't buy this phone. If you watch 16:9 content more, just don't buy this. It's just bad. Sorry, I don't like the aspect ratio for that. In my case, I actually watch a lot of YouTube and TV shows, so it doesn't work for me. Actually, if I want to watch a TV show, I use my S10, and if I want to watch a nice movie, I'll use my Xperia 1. Yes, I would rather have the old aspect ratio from the XC3, in my opinion. I just think it's better. Sorry, but yeah. But yeah, that's it. What I think in general, guys. It's a strong phone from Sony, which could be a lot better with some software updates. I really do wish Sony fixes the camera and the software updates, and if they do that, they'll have a very strong package out there, especially that you can get the phone much cheaper if you go on eBay, brand new. But yeah, at the moment, Sony needs to fix some of this stuff on the software updates. But Sony hasn't fixed the HDR issue in almost 10 years. I don't know if they want to fix it now, honestly. I mean, if they want to stay in the game, they have to look at this and fix this, And all of this, most of the issues on this phone are fixable, apart from the ultra wide camera with no autofocus, which I don't think is physically there. So, but apart from that, yeah, it's a phone with loads of potential, much better, much improved from the XC3, but it still just falls a bit short from the best one out there, or from one of the best ones out there. Well, but anyways, guys, I'm gonna have a giveaway by the end of July. I'm going to give my Sony MDR 1A headphones for one of my subscribers in the end of July. Anywhere in the world you live, I'm gonna send it to you. So if you sub to my channel, you're going to have the chance of winning these headphones. Anyways, have a nice day.